We want to welcome everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to today's Team Mastermind call. Today, our trainer is none other than Money Michael Huggins. Here is a guy that has just, he took inventory of what he had in life and he didn't like what he had. And so he changed it. He found Renatus and had the conviction that it really is the best thing, the best money-making opportunity in America. He saw that everybody needed it. I mean, we do. Everybody needs this. And he came in strong. He changed his life, and then he reached out to change the lives of those around him. And in that fashion, he's here with us today. Michael, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday. Glad you're all here. It is another beautiful day, deep into the week. And how did your contacts go? Were you inviting people for Monday based off what we were talking about and getting people in this week, hopefully? All right. I'm going to show you something else that I'm adding to my efforts here in Denver. All right, check this out. Hold on here. Okay, Wednesday, January 9th. It's the only one you got. Hopefully you guys woke up with an attitude of gratitude. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. All right. Share. Let's switch this over here. Oh, one sec. All right, well, I'm pulling this up. I'll tell you where it came from. So I was going to some networking events trying to grow the biz, telling people who we are, what we do. And I was telling them that I do the same thing here as I do in Salt Lake, but I make 50 times more money in Salt Lake than I do in Denver. What do I need to do differently? And so I went to this workshop. This guy hands this stuff out. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is genius. This is what I've been missing. So let me switch over here. All right. Also, remind your guests, or not your guests, but your team members, your IMAs, your friends, remind them to get on the call. All right. So this is it. This is what I created based off of what I was handed. So this is a 3x5 card. It's colored both sides. So instead of doing just a drop card, it's now a postcard. It says Cash Flow 101. We go to school for 12 to 16 years and learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, but never learn how money works. You're invited to a free workshop. It's not a sales seminar, but an educational setting. Bring your notepad and learn the fundamental principles of money. Learn how to grow and protect your money for college funding, retirement planning, or simply wealth accumulation with money you never knew you had. So I'm gonna leave this up for a little bit so you guys can capture it, make some copies. But I just went to Got Print. I made 1,000. It was like $30 or something like that, not that much. But now I'm gonna start passing them out. And then on the back side is just an invitation, because we do our cash flows on the first Saturday of the month. So on the back of mine, it just says, hey, the first Saturday of the month, you're invited. Here's the address, and here's the time. So we do our cash flows from 10 to noon on Saturday. And since we don't have the actual, 4 pillars presentation during that, we put, hey, this is not a sales seminar. Everything's a sales seminar, but in our customer's brain, they think a sales seminar is something specific, which cash flow is not. So you could also put house tour 101, and then the exact same wording. Depending on what you do in your house tours, if you do some sort of workshop and some education and people can walk out of there smarter than when they walked in, then you're staying consistent. So I received this little flyer thing at a meetup, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go check it out. but they on theirs, they just had money 101. I'm like, you need to learn about money. So I show up, there's 40 people or so. I'm like, all right, cool, the flyer worked. And all it was simply a financial planner selling life insurance. But he talked about, the power of saving $5 a day, what is an interest rate, what is a death benefit, blah, blah, blah. So he went over like important stuff people need to know. But we also go over incredibly important stuff people need to know. And so after sitting in there, all he did, he didn't sell a package or anything. He booked one-on-ones. He said, hey, if you want to see how we can help you, then, before you leave, come and see me. Let's do a one-on-one. And he had a nice little line of people booking one-on-ones. So that's when I decided I'm going to copy him. I'm going to do better than him. And of course, I'm going to share it with my Renatus Nation. Okay, I just got a chat box in here from Travis. He says, love it. I'm watching from Frankfurt, Germany. Right on, man. But going to print off 20,000 of these drop cards is brilliant. We'll have them ready for you, Charlon. It's game time. Cool, man. Got Print is based out of Texas, I think, so their shipping is actually pretty quick if you're in the west half of the country. And I left a date off so we could use them all year long. Now, and then simply on the back, like let's say you decide to do yours on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, there's, like label makers, or like you get those books of stamps that have your address on it for envelopes. Or you could get that same thing, same little, but a sticker, but it's just an appointment, right? Name, when, what, where. You can just put those on the back and then fill it out with your info and put the date for the month you're doing your event. What I'm saying is do more events than you have on the card, and then just make the card flexible to what you're doing. It's this, and the guy didn't even have to invite me. He just handed it to me, and I know the game, right? I know the investor game. I know the seminar workshop game, and so I thought, wow, this is working on me. This is going to work for me. So if you haven't ever thought about that, think about it now. That phrase, what works on you, will work for you. What worked on you to get you into Renatus? What works on you will work for you. So use more of that. Okay, any questions about this real quick before I move on to the next thing I wanted to share with you guys? Questions, comments, ideas? You can come off mute or you can type a question. All right, pretty straightforward. Okay, moving right along. If you think of any questions, go ahead and ask. All right, now the premise by which you are delivering these to the wonderful citizens of this country. Your premise, does everyone know what I mean when I say premise? Or your position, your angle. What's your angle? Okay. Where are you coming from with these drop cards? What's your angle? And I was actually talking to a couple IMAs yesterday about this, so I'm glad we get to share this with you today. Where we're coming from is as consultants. Not salespeople, but consultants. So we're consultants. That means consultants need to tell the truth because we have our client's best interest in mind. That's what we're doing here. So consultants don't worry about their clients' feelings. They say what needs to be said for their client so their client can thrive and succeed. So I started adapting this mindset of I'm a consultant also. I consult people on what they should do with their time, what they should do with their energy, and then I share money ideas. Remember, we don't tell them what to do with their money. Yes, Stephen, for some reason I don't have the stupid image on my iPad. I will find it and I'll show you. And I don't know why I called it a stupid image. It's just a regular image. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll share it with you. But it's just like, you know, when you get when you go to the dentist and you get their little business card, on the back of that is the 4 lines for your next appointment. It's just kind of like that, just fancy lettering, some, you know, fonty stuff. Okay, so consultant versus salesperson. Now, I am all day 100% a professional salesperson. But our customers and, you know, the marketplace as a whole has a certain opinion about a salesperson. So even though I am 100% a professional salesperson, I show up in the world as a consultant to my customers and to the people I'm making sales to. So I have a mindset of a professional salesperson, but the air and the attitude and the premise of a consultant. Okay? Because salespeople are always trying to keep their customer happy. Consultants are after a result or a production. They're after some sort of, you know, they have advice, they have a system, they have experience, they have tools. So these are the things that I'm sharing with my new Renatus client in order to create an outcome for them. Whereas the salesperson, it seems like the outcome is a lot of the times for the salesperson. Whereas with consultants, the outcome is for the client or the customers, for them. Again, this isn't I'm not giving you cold hard facts. I'm telling you, this is what my experience in my customer's perception of these two roles. And our customer's perception is what's important, or they're not going to buy. So I want them to look at me as a consultant, but I act like #1 sales rep in the company. You need to act like it too. So consultants tell people what needs to be said in order for them to be safe, right? We're looking for guidance. Guidance. So now, if you have this attitude of consultant, you're always, you know, showing up with this consultant mindset, with a salesperson's work ethic. Guidance is a huge one. So what is this? Isn't this all just a bunch of guidance? And we're going to give them tools and show them a system. And so this becomes a consultative approach to selling Renatus, to selling the program. If we're consultants, many more people want to talk to us than if we're salespeople. Unfortunately, that's just how the economy is. Even though salespeople get paid the most, salespeople drive industry, salespeople are the reason why America is the way it is. Consultants are looked at better. So with that being said, I'm consulting people, random people on the street, grocery stores, Best Buy, the mall. I mean, I don't go to the mall a lot. I'm just looking out my house window, and there's the Cherry Creek Mall, so I thought. Restaurants, I mean, you deal with waiters a lot. right? So this is an easy way to show up as a consultant and pass out these cards, but get it more of a, one-on-one. This is not a drop card style where you're just leaving them everywhere. This is, you're personally inviting them to something. And this flyer is hard to lose. This is a 3x5, so it's going to stick out. We're using cardstock with the UV coating, color on both sides, so they can see, we care. Premise, position, angle. Uilani, just where you're coming from, right? Are you coming from a place of trying to help them or trying to take something from them? So we're here to guide. So we have this consultant's mindset. So you're going to guide them to the next workshop. You're going to guide them to a webinar. You're going to guide them to a one-on-one with you where you can show them how velocity banking works, or how tax write-offs work, or how our business pillar works, or how real estate in general works. Doesn't matter, right? We've got 5 pillars. Show them. Now we're consultants. So now we have someone in the funnel, someone in the system, in the pipeline, as they say. Right? So we meet them here. We got to move them through a system so that they become a happy customer, and money is exchanged and services are exchanged. How do we move them down this line? This is a wonderful little happy rainbow line. Okay, so it first starts with handing them the card and this consultant mindset, right? Hey, you don't know how money works? I'm not going to try to explain it right now. You should come to my workshop. I'll explain it to serious people who are willing to spend a couple hours. All right, so now you're consultants. So you have a way about yourself that's more attractive than a salesperson. And for some reason, salespeople are always trying to do it at the wrong time, it seems like. Anyway, okay, so we have a lead. Dun, 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 dun. Found our first person. Day 1. Invite them, give them the postcard, and then we're going to give them a compliment. We're going to create curiosity, and we're going to get a commitment to that next meeting. And then, of course, we're going to register them, right? Then they show up to the meeting. Well, they're automatically going to fall in love because of who we are and what we do. And they're going to receive value. So at this point, they're now at the meeting, right? There's a bunch of other people there. They're now receiving value, and they have it paid. So at the end of the meeting, we a bam fam. A bam fam. Right? Always book a meeting from a meeting. So we say, if you liked today, you're going to love next week. So we move them to the next event. But the next event is where they're at the 4 pillars. Or the 5 pillars, depending on how your presentation is laid out. But now here they are at the 4 pillars, and guess what they're receiving? More value. And then by the end of the 4 pillars presentation, they now know the price and what we offer. Okay? But you're still keeping this consultant mindset. So when you find them at the end of the meeting, hey man, I recommend you come to the next workshop, or you recommend we sit down tomorrow morning, right? It's now guidance. It's now tools. It's now, you have more experience with our system than they do. Let me show you the experience. I have some advice to help you speed this up so you can get your result, the outcome that you're after. So here you are, and you keep your consultant mindset the whole time. I recommend you go to the next one. Yeah, if you want to take back control, you want to enhance your understanding, you want to get a result like me or like that person, come to the next. But what do we do right here? We also, every time, always, ask for the order. You ready to get started? A consultant assumes that the person they're interacting with wants the deal automatically. They're not intimidated by the person they're consulting if they say yes or no. That's not a thing. They're a consultant. They know their value. They know they can help their client, and they get aggressive about it. So ask for the order now. All right, it's time to ask for the order. Always ask for the order. Always, always, always. Ask many, many times. Yes, thanks, Mac and Diane, for helping them out. It is the cash flow workshop. So some of you do those once a month on a Saturday. Some of you do those once a week on an evening. I don't care how you do it. Just do more of it. Okay. So we're going to ask for the order right here in our process. And then, again, we a BAM fam, right? Book a meeting from a meeting. But what is that meeting? It's either going to be the group follow-up or a one-on-one with you or an OEP. Now, in between, we're going to have a cycle book where we're trying to find them the money. There's another event to attend. Trying to find them the money. There's another event to attend. We've got this cycle before we get paid, where they've showed up, seen the price, they hear our offer, they receive value, we ask for the order. But now we're in this cycle of booking meetings, following up, asking for the order, right? Maybe it takes a week. Maybe this cycle is a month. But if you want to speed it up and ensure that people are always answering your phone, you have to, I realized that this is what I was doing. I was structuring my phone calls this way. So, I grabbed my phone, and here I am about ready to give them a call. This is a cool looking phone. Did you guys know I can draw phones? Look at that. There's the hang up button. There's the call button. Anyway, so I'm on the phone. When I call them, my angle, my premise, my position, where I'm coming from, is I'm copying it from Dale Carnegie, the guy who wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People. He says when you have something, new information to deliver to someone, you should do it with a compliment, then the correction, and then guess what? Another compliment. So he taught that, in the 40s, so 70 years ago. Compliment, correct, compliment. Okay, so when I get on the phone and we're in this cycle, right? I know they need it because I met them on day one. They received some value. They came to a workshop. We asked for the order. Now they're finding the money. They're figuring something out. We're in this spot of the order for this customer. If you adopt this formula for when you call, you'll see your results go up. And the formula is consult, sales, consult. This is my language on the phone. That might be a 1 minute call, might be a 1 hour call. Depends on where the money is. Okay? So your premise, every time they answer the phone, first thing coming out of your mouth has something to do with them, an idea for them, how to help them, something for them. Then sales, right? What did your HR say about your 401k? What did Get Funded Online say about your profile? Okay, great. And then end with another consult statement. Some sort of idea to share, something to guide, a piece of advice, a story, something. So now when they see your name calling on the phone, they associate it to a consultation, not to sales. The only reason you're calling is to find out where their credit card is. Or not only, but you need to move the sale forward. They need to buy. So when you call, the challenge when I see a lot of IMAs is they think, all right, well, since my customer has been moving through this system, right? He's here, now he's here, now he's here. Well, we're on the same page. He needs to buy, and he knows it, or she knows it, so we're on the same page. And so the IMA thinks that since we've already moved them through here, that they can drop the consult when they just go to sales. Now when they start calling, at the beginning, they're over here, their customer would answer every time. But now as we get into this cycle of a BAM, FAM, and AFTO, they're not answering anymore, is because they've associated you calling to just sales and no longer being consulted. And they go, oh, here's that guy trying to ask for my money again, and I don't have it yet. Why answer? What's the point in answering? And then you go, oh, crap, he's not answering. Maybe I'll just move on to the next person. And you move on, and they never buy, and you start the cycle over again. So this keeps them engaged while they're finding the money. It's, this drop-off point of AFTO and a BAM-FAM cycle. It takes time. I got like 8 people I'm in there with right now. But when I call them, it's because I have an idea to share with them that I believe is going to affect their life in a positive way. Consult, sales, consult. So what is that? What's an example of that? You're on the phone and you're going to be consulting them. What are some examples to start out with, right? They're brand new. Most people anyway. Some people have experience, so it might change what you share and advise them on. But one of the first things is it's easy to bring up. It will help them with success is a vision board. So when you meet with them, along this pathway that I just drew out, along the way, you're going to mention how almost every successful entrepreneur has a vision board in their home or in their office somewhere where they see it every day, in their car, in their bathroom. Vision boards are a major key to being successful as a business owner. So you tell them, make a vision board. Right up here around the AFTO, and they say, oh, yeah, I'm in, but I don't know where my money is. You say, okay, cool. Well, one other thing is you need to work on a vision board. Talk about the power of vision boards, sign a vision board. And then when you call them, you say, hey, man, did you make that vision board? And most people didn't. So you say, oh, okay, well, work on it. Remember, the vision board should have 3 things, something about money, or 3 categories, something about health and something about relationships. See, now, as a consultant, helping someone with their better life, if I only talk about money, they're going to be like, oh, all you care about is money. But if I say health and relationships as well, I want them to succeed, then they see, I want them to have a better life just like me. I focus on health, I focus on relationships, and I focus on money. And they're all parts of my vision board. So 3 areas or 3 categories I want you to put on your vision board, and have 9, 10, 11 things on there, but from these 3 areas. Are you going to make one? They say, yes. I say, great. Okay, by the way, did you move your money around so that you could free up cash on your credit card? Yes? Okay, perfect. Let's get that done. And then, oh, by the way, have you decided what the name of your new real estate company is? What's the name of your new company? Oh, you haven't decided yet? Okay, well, think about it. I'll call you later. Now, whatever needed to happen on this sales side, right? If they're like, oh, I haven't moved my money yet, or I'm still waiting for 401k people to move it over, or whatever, you got the info you needed. You gave some value, and then based off of what happened on the sales portion, when you call again, tomorrow, next week, whatever. But then again, when you call, it's that same structure. Okay, did you make your vision board? Awesome, congrats, man. By the way, here's something on my vision board, and here's something that's worked for me. More advice, more guidance, more sharing. Then sales. All right, great. What's your credit card number? Let's get this part taken care of. Okay, awesome. And good. Did you decide on a name? Fantastic. Now, let's say they decided on a name. There's a couple other things that I like to challenge them with, and so they're going and taking action in the world and making themselves real estate investors, is opening a business checking account at your bank. Okay, cool. You made your LLC, but if someone wants to pay you, where are you going to deposit that check? So if you haven't done that yet, all right, go open up a business bank account. I'll catch up with you later. And when you call them back, hey, how'd it go? Awesome. Okay, by the way, where's your money? We'll get funded online, UGA, blah, 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 and then another consult. So go open up your business checking account or a 1-page business plan, right? I just want you to work on a 1-page business plan. Something else you can consult them on is having them do a SWOT analysis on themselves. Okay. Now, please only spend time like this on consulting people if they have money and the money is just waiting to show up. Do not do this and waste hours if they're just going to be a UGA Essentials. If they're UGA Essentials, your consultation is cancel your cable, delete all the video games off your phone, and get to work. But for people that have the money, you're going to get a $10,000 check. Then, okay, spend an extra 5-10 minutes on each phone call doing this more of a consultative approach. Okay, so have them do a SWOT analysis on themselves. And you say, all right, next week I'm going to call you. You're going to share your SWOT analysis. We're also going to talk about your money, your 401k, or your credit cards, wherever they're coming from. Maybe you're partnering up with your mom, whatever. And then we'll break down the SWOT analysis and help you hit your next goal. And we're always having that kind of mindset around, we're talking about them taking action. So doing a SWOT analysis, you could assign a book. Okay, an audio book would be pretty easy. If you're logged into my Audible, congratulations, you're one of the remaining few who get it. In Audible, and in any account, yours, mine, whatever, it doesn't matter. So you see this book right here, the second book? This is why I'm taking people's permission away. What the hell do I need that book for in my library? And I can't return it. It's just now in my library, stuck forever. So whatever, go make your own. Okay, but in here, seeing this stuff, stupid gym stuff, why is this in here? So anyway, if you're in, great. If they're brand new, now your customer is brand new and you're in that consultative approach, right? And you're like, hey, I'm gonna hook you up with a book. But if you don't listen to this book, why the hell am I gonna work with you? And they go, okay, listen to the book. And whatever book you think is appropriate for them. If they're brand new to being an entrepreneur roller coaster, right? Or if they're brand new to success in general, right? Then Think and Grow Rich. So you click on this little 3 dots on the side here, and a little menu comes up. It says send this book. So you're not giving them the login and password, right? They haven't enrolled, they haven't paid you, so you're not going to give them login and password anything. But you can send them a book. So you can say, here's what I'll do. These books are normally, $20, $30, but I like you, so what I'm going to do is I'll send you this book for free as long as you listen to it over this next week, and we can talk about it later. Next week when we talk. So hit email, okay, great, send it to them, blah, blah, blah. That's awesome. And another reason to call them back and sandwich the sales, right? So how did the book go? What'd you learn? Awesome. Okay, where's your money? Wonderful. Okay, and remember to work on your business plan, or remember to work on your vision statement. Okay, your mission or vision statement is another thing. Hey, spend a week. Who else is going to be in your business? You got a spouse, you got kids. Okay, great. Work with them and write out and make a vision and a mission statement. See, it takes you 5 seconds to give this advice, but this advice is definitely valid and helpful for new entrepreneurs. So they will soon see and associate you as a consultant, not as a salesperson, and then they'll always want to answer your phone. They'll always want to introduce new people to you because they know how you're going to treat them. Consult, sales, consult. And their new friends are going to get guidance from you as well. So then we start to duplicate on the marketing side. Okay, I got some chats going on. Let me open these up here real quick. Okay, Amy, a SWOT analysis is, you spelled it right wrong. It's SWOT. It's an acronym which stands for, oh, Anna put in here. Thanks, Anna. It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So if you have not, all of you on the phone, if you have not done a SWOT analysis on yourself, then spend a half an hour and do that this week. It might only take 10 minutes. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities? What are my threats? You could also do one on the office that you're operating out of. As an office, what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? What are our opportunities and our threats? Or as a market area, company as a whole, you can ask that question, as a spouse, what are my strengths, weaknesses, area, or as a family member. It's awesome. This analysis Structure is great. Okay, someone has their name in as 1. I don't know who you are. Your name is 1. You have my phone number? Text me. Manuel. Good, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're getting this juice. Stuff works. It absolutely works. We are consultants. So along this topic, what clarity do you need? I mean, this is a pretty simple idea, right? We're consultants. We have a consulting tool in our hand. That's always our angle, is we're going to consult. You know, and you can use consultative language. My clients in the past, right? If you sold an education program, you have clients. So you can say, my past clients have been really successful when they work on a vision board. Damn, you sound like a consultant. Right? My past clients have been successful when they watch an hour class a day. So that's what I recommend you do. You know, your advice, your systems, your tools, your guidance, and it's always based around them. It'll really help you guys get a lot more of your phone calls answered because they're expecting more advice instead of expecting a sales call. Okay, Travis said, how about breaking out the vision board making material at the end of a cash flow game? No. I would make that a client member's privilege. And I'd say, you know, I'd make it something like, hey guys, for those of you who have decided to move forward with us and you're a part of the team, this month we're going to do a vision board workshop over at my house, over at the office. I'm going to bring all materials. You just bring your visions. And you can make it something that members only. And then, you know, a couple of your guests that haven't signed up yet, you can say, hey, we're doing a vision board workshop next month, man, or next week or tomorrow. Hurry up and sign up. And I'll include you in that. I think you should make it separate to make it another opportunity for sales. However, Travis, if you're just getting started, your area is new, you got, you know, 5 or 10 people, then that would be a pretty cool way to keep people around, get to know them better, and help them connect Renatus to their dreams. Right now, our cash flow games in Denver have 35, 40 people, so if we did that, it would turn into chaos. It'd be awesome. It'd be a ton of fun, but it would also be a mess and take forever. So I think if you keep it private, keep it smaller, make it special, then you can make sure you're consulting your guys along the way, but really, you know, you're making your sales along the way. So I like the idea. Make it special. Don't do it every time. The vision boards are huge, and it really gets people excited. And once someone actually goes through the vision board exercise, now they got this huge daily reminder in their house of what they should be working on. They don't need you to be reminding them. They put life energy into their vision board. And so you're not making these consultation pieces as a gimmick, right? None of these things are just because. This is actual advice. This is actual consulting. You just didn't ever put it in the right structure, or maybe you had the mindset of after they buy, I turn into a consultant. But I've been experimenting with this, and I've had a lot more results by having my consult mindset up front and just believing and acting like my client's going to pay me because that's what they do. They pay, I consult. There you go. So Michael's going to duplicate. He's going to get one for his office, vision board for his office, and one for his home. Yeah, so this is something to get your team members rallied behind. You can make a team vision board for your office in your area. But one of the keys is also having health and relationships on there, right? We showed up through Renatus for money, and we also want our health and relationships to thrive. And so make sure that you got a good balance. Okay, what else? What else? What else? This book thing really, you can really use the book thing a lot because let's say their money is taking a lot longer to show up. Send them another book. All right, book number 2. You're going to read this in the next 2 weeks. $625-4200. That's like the login for this. That's that's the login code for this webinar. 811-625-4200. So, all right, everyone. My cell phone number, just so you guys can have it, is 801-882-4174. So you got people across the country, 3-way calls. You need some help. I'm going to save your number. I'm going to ask you for help later, right? It's a teamwork thing. Yeah, let's stay on the same page with stuff. If you think of more ideas about how to be a consultant, text me, and let's make these workshops in the morning even better.
Hi, Mike. Michael, can you please give your phone number again?
801-882-4174.
Okay. Last 4 again? I'm sorry.
What was that?
The last 4 again, please.
4174.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it.
Have a good day.
You too. Yes, Travis, other Travis, you are so damn right. Please do not ask people to do things you haven't done. So do a SWOT analysis, make a vision board, go open a checking account, write your vision and mission statement, go do these things. If you haven't done them, maybe that's why your business isn't where you want it to be. Go do those things, you'll start to produce new results, and then you can start recruiting a lot easier. So thank you for pointing that out, Travis. It's a major thing that we always lead by example and are doing things that we're asking people to do. So good stuff, man. Appreciate you always throwing in these gold nuggets. Okay, any other last questions, clarity, comments? Has anyone tried this already? Maybe unconsciously you didn't know you were doing it and it's worked and you want to share? Got a few more minutes, or we could even change topics if you need to. Mahoney, the back of the cash flow drop card, invitation card, is just is basically like the let me see if I can find it. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta grab a different computer. Hold on. I'm grabbing it. Don't worry about me. I'm finding it. Okay. Right, I love learning. When you don't plug your computer in before you go to bed, so power. I will, I'll get it to you. But basically, it's just like when you get a business card from your dentist or your doctor or your massage therapist, and they say, on the back it says, all right, your next appointment is. And the reason why we picked that is because they did a bunch of studies on influence and found out that when people write them in, and people have a reminder like that, and they're holding it, they're much more likely to show up. So we just kind of took that approach. Some dentists did a bunch of training and figured that out. Cool. All right. So Jared Awesome Sauce says, how often should we have our consultation with our guests? Well, it depends on their timeline. I mean, some of your people's money is available right now, and so it's just daily touches until they buy. Daily, every day. We're moving forward. And then when they buy it, they're doing stuff every day also. So, I mean, we just get into the mode of every day. If they're not the kind of person who likes to be talked to every day, then they'll let you know. That's fine. You're a consultant, and so you would adjust. But my attitude is every day, and the people who want to change their lives like being guided every day. And so there's not too much. As long as you're making sure that they're resulting in sales. If you stay in consultant mindset, then you never make a sale. Okay. Yeah. Alicia, basically an appointment reminder card. Steven says, when I worked for Men's Warehouse, we were called wardrobe consultants instead of salesmen. Definitely made sense. Being a consultant adds a lot of value to them. And the premise is great training. There you go. See, so I'm not making stuff up. This is just how it works inside our organization. All right. Miriam says, I've recently gotten a hold of team members' personal contacts in real estate and biz. It's around 1,000 to 1,500 contacts. Do you think it's just as effective to email these flyers to all of your contacts or stick to handing them out in person? Oh, yeah. If you've got an email list, then by all means, be contacting them and always have this consultative approach, right? In your headlines, in your subject lines. You want it to be, I want to click on it because you're consulting me my next thing. I'm not trying to sell me something. So, yeah, Miriam, by all means, hit them up, use that. And then, if you know your area is doing cash flows once a month, then schedule out your emails, do, 2 weeks out, 1 week out, 3 days out, the 1 day out, and just schedule them out. And then next month, start back over again. All right, and then Travis says, what kind of intro do you do for a cash flow game? So do you mean like in my presentation? Like while I'm delivering the cash flow presentation or inviting them? What do you mean? Opening. Okay. Well, someone just recorded me last week, so I will share that with you. Oh, look at that. Cherise Penny, invalid report. All right, I'll call her in a minute. Let's see, where is it? Okay, Travis, text me your email so I can just share it with you real quick. LaShawn says, my area doesn't do cash flows. What's another option? Another option would be house tours. So you could put the same thing up here as house tour. If your area does a lot of house tours, what area are you in? You could also do a cash recovery party like Steven's saying, and just have this be just a meeting to explore ideas. So Travis says, our area doesn't have them either. That's why we're starting them. Mahoney says, buy the cash flow game and make one. Sounds like an opportunity to me. Yep. Yeah. Start one yourself, my friend. If your other Renatus members join in with you, great. If not, great. That's fine too. You can run it and just have six of your own guests at the table, and you're a consultant throughout the game. It's incredible. Awesome. Right, we are at the top of the hour. I got to move on. We got an exciting event tonight in Denver. Build big. I just got off the phone with Scott Saunders yesterday about our workshop and our intensive, just dialing some things in. This intensive is going to be awesome. It is the first 1031 exchange intensive in Renatus' history, and is going to be here in Denver with the 1031 exchange instructor Scott Saunders. So if you are anywhere close, you should come January 26th. Come to Denver. It's going to be huge. And also for you folks in Salt Lake tonight, get your guest to Mark Kohler at Renata Studio for the 2019 tax update. It's going to be awesome. No registration needed. Just show up. Bring your guests. All right, guys, gals, you're awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your contributions in the chat box today. And we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.